What time is it, Wiz?
It's time for some Celebrity Dish.
And we can't serve it out without someone special. Autumn Joi joining us to help today. Look at you. Good to see you.
What's going on?
Holly, Wisdom. Hello, my friends. How are you?
Pretty good for a Monday, Autumn. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Yeah,
right.
But we're here. We made it. We made it. Another week to be great.
And we're ready to go. All right, so how about we start out with this? Not so good news for Jonathan Majors, who is starring in the movie Creed. He was arrested over the weekend in New York City. Producer Chris, in the control room, he's been following this story for us. What's up, Chris?
And I think this story took a lot of people by surprise over the weekend. So the Marvel star was arrested on a domestic disturbance call, charged with strangulation, assault, and harassment. Authorities say he was involved in a domestic dispute with a woman believed to be his girlfriend. The woman is in stable condition with minor injuries, and Majors has since been released from police custody. His lawyer insists he is, quote, completely innocent and actually the victim of the altercation. However, the fallout has already started, with The Hollywood Reporter tweeting that Majors' Be All You Can Be Army ad has been pulled from the air. We will continue to follow this story for the latest updates, but this is probably going to end up being a major impact on what was a promising career, Autumn.
Yeah, and I just have to address the elephant in the room. I just hate the fact that he's a young, black, up-and-coming actor. You know, people have likened him to being one of the next things to come when it comes to actors in Hollywood. So I just hate that this is happening to him. I did do some research on the situation, and they are saying that the young woman who was allegedly assaulted, she did have a laceration behind her ear. She had red marks on her face. So again, and now she's recanting her story. So again, I am hoping that he's able to come out of this unscathed, but it isn't really looking that good for him. And I just really hate that this is happening. He's such a talented actor in the prime of his career right now. Jonathan Majors is everywhere. So this just sucks that this is going to be a stain on his reputation. But again, I am happy that no deaths resulted from this, because that could have happened. But you know, this is just one of those sad situations. So I hate to see him go out like this.
Well, you know, and I'll address this elephant in the room, Autumn. Like, I mean, I just want the truth to come out, whatever it is. Obviously, if he did it, then he needs some help, right? And the woman needs to be heard. But if he didn't do it, then that's really unfair too, right? Because he is at this point in his career where he's really just blowing up. So I really just hope for the truth, whatever that is.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think you can't. We live in a society where you're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah. And apparently there's some video of whatever this incident is that came out this morning, that there is some video of something. They have video of wherever this took place. So we'll see what actually happened. But in the court of public opinion, I don't even know if it matters at this point, because the story was out there. It's in the court's hands now, because I think he still has to show up for court. The story has been recanted, so I think it's in the court of public opinion now, unfortunately, which, you know, it is what it is at this point.
And they have those two witnesses as well, so we'll see how this plays out.
Yeah.
All right, guys, in the meantime, let's talk about Ticketmaster now, okay? Because they, you know, have had some tough times so far, okay? And now there's more drama for them. So we have seen them in the hot seat over those Taylor Swift ticket sales before. Now the company is facing a class action lawsuit over the sky-high prices for Drake and 21 Savage's It's All a Blur tour. So a Canadian law firm is alleging Ticketmaster withheld pricing information from the public and changed prices for shows added after the original tour announcement. So some people spent hundreds of dollars on tickets only to have more shows added at a reduced price after the fact. So the firm also claims certain platinum seats were actually normal seats sold at an inflated price. And I was watching a different newscast this morning, Holly, and they said the issues with Ticketmaster go back like 30 years. Pearl Jam went ahead of Congress complaining about them having a monopoly on the market in the 90s, and literally nothing has changed since.
Yeah, I saw that same thing, Chris, and I was like, oh, man. I mean, it's just, at some point, Ticketmaster has to get its comeuppance, right?
You would think. You would think. Autumn, what do you have to say about this?
I mean, Ticketmaster is like the bully of all ticket outlets. Let's just say that. And whatever happened to good old-fashioned going to like the record store and buying tickets? Can we go back to that? Do you remember when you could just like somebody could be selling tickets at their store and you could just buy them that way. I don't like how Ticketmaster is continually able to corner the market like this. It's just not fair. I still wasn't able to get Beyonce tickets or Drake tickets because of Ticketmaster. So, I mean, something has got to give. I'm like, what the heck do they have on Congress that for all of these years, they're still able to corner the market like this? It's just insane.
Yeah, that's an excellent question.
Yeah.
What do they have?
The last 3 concerts that I've tried to buy tickets to, I get into the waiting room after waiting for like 30 minutes and it says there's a ticket available. I click on it and it's like $600.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that shouldn't even count. Like, don't even let me into the waiting room at that
Right.
point.
I'm with you.
I could go on for hours. In the meantime, though, let's talk about Wendy Williams now, because there is some conflicting information out there now about her future, especially when it comes to that podcast, the long-awaited podcast, the podcast she has talked about for months at this point. According to multiple sources, the former talk show host told friends the podcast is no longer moving forward and she's now focused on a return to our TV screens. This despite Williams already selling merchandise for the podcast, which was announced at this point nearly a year ago. There's also the Instagram page for it, which is where we've gotten a lot of our recent sightings of Wendy Williams. A rep for the daytime diva says there has been no official cancellation and Wendy is currently working on several projects. But wisdom at this point, like we've said, if it hasn't happened by now.
Yeah, and the interesting thing is we keep seeing these pictures every now and then of her out somewhere. I just want this to stop until it gets to a point where something can actually, either she can actually be healthy and we can move on, but to keep doing this over and over again, to pop up and say something's coming and then she vanishes for a while because there's some issue, I just think that that's a bit much.
What do you think, Autumn?
Yeah. Well, Wisdom, I'm with you, and you all know I love me
Right.
some Wendy Williams, but I just feel like she's punking us. At every opportunity, we get excited about the podcast. We want to see a Wendy return, and then now that's canceled. She's saying she's going to come back to TV. So it's like, Wendy, to your point, Wisdom, girl, just heal, figure out what you're going to do, and then pop out. Stop making announcements. Whenever you make these announcements, people like me get excited, and then it never happens.
Right.
So I don't know, y'all. I don't know at this point with Wendy.
Well, what I do know, the kiss of death is when your publicist says she's working on several projects.
Yeah.
Because that means they don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Because if there's
Hopefully
one,
something will land. Whatever she's working on, something will land,
Yeah.
hopefully.
Hopefully. All right, finally, Beyonce turning into a haute couture fashion designer. Check out these futuristic Balmain looks from her new collaboration with the French fashion house. Beyonce co-designed a new collection with Olivier Roussing. Vogue France shared the looks on Friday. Beyonce announced the new fashion collaboration on Instagram with the caption, "Thank you, Olivier and Balmain, for bringing Renaissance to life in couture." So, which one are you getting, Autumn, and where are you wearing it?
All of them. But I do like the one, the Vogue cover. Oh, that is beautiful. And can I just say, Olivia gets it right every single time. Anytime you want to make a statement with your clothing, I think that Balmain is the absolute perfect designer for that. Every piece that I saw, it's chef's kiss. It's perfect. I absolutely love what she's doing. I love this partnership. I do think that the imagery leading up to this concert is going to be fantastic. So I'm here for it. Y'all know I love me some Beyonce, so this is perfect for me.
You got to get that first outfit. Yeah, that first outfit.
So do you think I could, I love them. I'm with you. I love every one of them. I'm just thinking they might be a little much in the carpool pickup line at school.
Maybe
I just don't know.
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
My fifth grader are going to be okay with me. Thank you for believing in me, Autumn.
Yeah.
You're the only one.
Your fifth grader may be okay, but the other moms might be like,
Yeah. Don't ever invite her to anything again, ever.
Right.
Good seeing you, Autumn. Thank you.
Take care.
Bye, y'all.
Have a good one.